Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, whatever time you're watching this. Happy Tuesday. My name is Sarah, coming to you from Northeast Ohio, and I think I have a bit to talk about today. I never do well with writing down notes, and I really should. So hopefully I cover the things that I was hoping to cover. Just a pre-apology if I sound nasally or if I cough at all. I've been sick for the last couple of days. So anyway, I just want to start with life stuff really quick because I'm super excited about it. My craft room has been the source of a lot of stress and frustration for a very long time because I never knew how to organize it. And I've talked about this before. And I finally sat down. One of my coworkers that I now work with is so amazing at, I don't know, figuring that kind of stuff out and interior design and ideas and things like that. So I took a little video of my craft room for her so that she could kind of see the space I was working with, and she just like loaded me up with ideas. So I'm so excited. I finally am going to have like a great storage place for all of my yarn and just ideas to decorate and things like that. So that's been underway. I started that over the weekend. I had to move some furniture around. I'm redoing where my desk is, creating some wall space. I bought some bookcases that I'm going to use for storage. And I'm like so pumped about it. It's just, I've always wanted my craft room to be a space of, just, I don't know, this is Lucy. I want to spend time in there, and in the state that it's been in for the past few years, I haven't wanted to because it's just stressful. So I'm really excited to get that going. We went and bought the bookcases over the weekend, and then I ordered a new desk chair and a nice big rug that's hopefully going to help tie the room in all together. So I'm really excited to get that going. I'm actually going to get back down there as soon as I'm done with this video to finish building my bookcases and start getting yarn up on those. So that's the super exciting part about my craft room. It's literally been like years of thinking and planning and trying things and things not working and frustration. And I'm so excited. I feel like there's finally like light at the end of the tunnel. There is an idea, it is being put forth, and I'm so excited. So that's the super exciting craft life stuff going on for me. And then I do have just a couple projects I wanted to talk about today that have been all consuming over the last week and a half for me. I do realize I have a couple projects that I need to actually finish up. But they like just literally got thrown by the wayside because I was so excited about these other things. I know that at the end of my last video, I was kind of bouncing around a bunch of different ideas about what I wanted to get on my needles next and all of that. And I did feel really bad that I hadn't gotten my son's rainbow blanket done for him. So I did it. And it's done, and I'm like so excited about it. And I feel so silly because if I would have known that I could have gotten it done so quickly, I just wouldn't have like kept putting it off. But I used a super bulky yarn. I used a big old crochet hook, and alas, it is done. And you can see part of it right here. So this is my son's rainbow blanket. My son is 8, and he loves colors. Like, he loves all colors. He loves rainbows, and I just think it's so sweet. He has like a rainbow nightlight and rainbow sheets on his bed, and he's just the cutest little thing. So this is, I have obviously no good way of showing this, so these are just all the colors that wound up in it, and it's perfect. It's perfect. He wanted it for his bed, which I actually didn't know when I had started making this. I thought he just wanted it to have like out in the family room to cover up with while we were watching TV or whatnot. But he wanted it on his bed. So luckily it turned out perfectly large enough. He has a full-size bed, and it covers quite a bit of the bed. I don't actually have the measurements, but I will get them and I'll pop them up while I'm talking about this because it's big. I was super happy with all of the colors that I picked. This is just Bernat blanket yarn. The only one that I was so bummed about, which doesn't matter now that it's all together, is this green. This was the only green option they had, and it was so frustrating. So some of these are from the Bernat blanket, like bright series. And they had this two actually beautiful bright yarns. One was called Bright Lime, and then another was called Go-Go Green, I think. And they must both be discontinued. They were impossible to find unless I wanted to pay $40 for a skein, which I love my son very much, but I also know that he wasn't going to care that much about the green. Like, this was like a me caring annoyed about it. So that was the only bummer. It's like the green's really the only one that I feel doesn't actually fit in. Like, the other ones are pretty bright. So it would have looked so much better with like a bright green, but it is what it is. I have no idea why they would have discontinued both of their like bright greens, but I don't work for Bernat, so what do I know? But anyway, in very Sarah fashion, if you are new here, I have to start a project multiple times for a variety of reasons. Either when I'm knitting, my tail is too long and it's going to bother me how much yarn I'm wasting, or it ends up being too short. I know there are ways to measure. I swear I have tried all of them. I just cannot get it down. Or I realize I didn't cast on enough stitches, or I cast on too many, or I am crocheting something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just have to start projects multiple times. And it's, I assure you, not on purpose. So I started this as just a knit project, and I was going to just do garter stitches. Easy peasy. It would make it nice and squishy. No thought into it. As I was doing it, I got several rows in. And first of all, let me backtrack with, I've said this before as well, but I am not good at doing things without a pattern. Like, my brain just cannot compute things. I am not dumb. I am very smart, but that is just something that is not my forte. So I couldn't find, I don't know, it was just hard for me to find a pattern. So I just kind of like went off of a pattern. So I started knitting it, and a few rows into it, my hands just hurt so much from the large needle size. So I was feeling a bit stuck with that. I was like, do I power through? Do I not? I ripped it all out. I think I tried knitting it a couple times. I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to crochet it. He doesn't care. And, whatever. So I started crocheting it. I found a couple really great free patterns that created a little bit of texture with it. So I started doing those. I didn't like them. I didn't like the width. I didn't like I just didn't, I don't know. I just didn't like them. So I just decided to wing it. I used, I think, like somewhere around the base of one of the free patterns because I liked the width of it. So I did that. So I ended up, super simple pattern. I ended up just chaining 96, and then, so that left me with 95 actual stitches going across. I just did single crochet one row, and then in the second row, I did single crochet in the back loop only, and just alternated single crochet, back loop for the whole pattern, just to create like a tiny, tiny bit of texture. So that's where you can see, maybe you can, I don't know. But like this row right here, is it focusing? This row right here is like, has that nice little like ribbing to it. So maybe you can see it better on like a lighter color. I feel like you know what I'm talking about though. I don't know. Can you see that at all? Like there's like a row of ribbing, and which I really like doing things in back loops only, like for certain rows, just to create that little light bit. But the point is, it is done. It only took me a week to do. I always forget how fast crocheting is, always, until I do it. And I feel like I actually just said that with some other crochet project I just finished as well, but I can't remember what it was. The Bradley Afghan by Tony Lipsy from TL Yarn Crafts. I just really enjoy crocheting blankets and knitting blankets. so much. It brings me so much joy to make a blanket. And I think that for a long time, this is getting off track a little bit, but I love knitting like everything. I haven't found anything really that I don't love knitting. And I like crocheting a lot of things as well. I don't particularly like crocheting garments for myself, but it's a me thing. So I always struggle with projects and what to focus on because I really love doing like all of the knitting. But I think that like my real jam are blankets. Like I think I just love making blankets. I just love it. So I think I need to maybe embrace that a little bit more as well. I don't know where all these blankets will go because Lord knows I don't need any. But I do think that they make really nice gifts and things like that. So I just want to make sure that I'm still like always working on a blanket, which I kind of always am, because also way in the back of all the projects is my jelly roll blanket that I bless you, that I have not worked on in a really long time. And I'm using the row 1 subscriptions for those, and I think there's like 4 months of row 1 subscriptions in the basket with my jelly roll blanket. So again, I do really need to get back to that. And I also have my temperature blanket that will be ongoing for the year. So I guess I do have a lot of blankets going. I'm not sure why I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Anyway, I don't understand what my tangent about that was, but this took me such a little time. I'm very proud of the width and the length that it ended up turning out. He loves it, and that's all that matters. He loves it, and that it's done. Those 2 things are what matters. So I'm super, super glad to have gotten that done for him. He keeps it on his bed, and he's been sleeping with it every night, and he's just the cutest. So that was good. Second project I have is almost done. This, to remind everybody, if you watched my last one, and the horrible yarn experience that I had when I was winding up some yarn to make him socks, I decided to just put that yarn aside for a bit. I did get some suggestions for what to do with it, and I very much appreciate it, but I am still so angered that like somebody would put yarn out like that. So I just needed to just tuck it like away and out of sight for a little bit until I like am not bad about it anymore. So I had also bought him like, I always have yarn for socks, but I purposely had bought that yarn to make him socks, and then I bought another yarn from Nomadic Yarns like just before Christmas or after Christmas to make him, and I just bought a 50 gram hank because he's like little, he's 8, so I knew that I didn't need 100, and so just cost savings, and I just knew I didn't need it. But I did know that I wanted to I did know that I wanted to use like as much of that 50 grams as possible. So I was trying to figure out how to do it. And again, not good with the math of knitting or crocheting. So I was trying to figure out how to ensure I used as much as I could of it. And I put I like rolled them up and put them in equal 25 gram balls and made sure that I was starting in the same spot with both of them because it's a self-stripping yarn. And then I was watching, I think, Summer Lee's new podcast, and she was talking about something with her socks. And it was like, bright light idea. I felt so stupid for never thinking of it before. But I was like, just put in an afterthought heel. Just knit the whole 25 grams for one sock and the whole 25 for the other sock, and then put in an afterthought heel. It was like fireworks, sparklers, blah, blah, blah. And I felt so stupid for never thinking about that before. Like even for my socks, because I don't mind an afterthought heel. Like I prefer a heel flapping gusset, but for certain yarns, if I want to use all of it or the majority of it, like I totally don't mind an afterthought. I've only done it on one pair of socks so far, but I wear those socks and I don't have any issues with them at all. So it was just like, one of those moments where you just feel like so stupid for not have thinking about it before. So anyway, so I have his 2 socks done I just have to put in the afterthought heel, which I would really, really love to be able to do that today. But like I said, I am going to be working on my, I want to spend as much time as I can working on my craft room today while nobody is home. And I could just, like, you know, blast some music and just go to town and not have to worry about anybody. So, but I would really, really like to get these done today so I can get them blocked. So anyway, without further ado, these are, how cute are those stripes? I mean, honest to goodness, I'm obsessed with them. And then I just used, this orange is just leftover middies from, I don't even remember, from something. So both socks in all their glories. And then I had a measure, so this is where my heel's gonna be going. So not obviously finished objects yet, but I'm like so excited, and I still feel so stupid for not thinking about the afterthought heel. I'm probably gonna be using that actually like a lot more often, at least for socks for like him and I. Maybe I'll give him a go for my husband's socks too, but it's just like, duh. You know, it's just one of those things like you need somebody else to say it to like realize. Oh, so stupid. Anyway, I'm super excited for these. So apparently this was like his week of gifting because he got his blanket and he's about to get these socks. So I'm super excited about that. And then what else have I, oh, I think I've only really been super active on one other project, which I do actually need to sit down probably today. I really should do it today. I am a few days behind on my temperature blanket, and I am worried that if I don't keep up on that pretty routinely, that it won't get done. And I really want it to get done. I was really, really good about just doing the row every night before bed. It takes me 10 minutes to do the 2 rows that I need to do. But the problem is, I took the bin that I keep it in. Oh, sorry. I took the bin that I keep it in downstairs to my craft room to talk about it in a video that I think maybe never happened. And then I just accidentally left it down in my craft room, and it has not made its way back up, which I know sounds so ridiculous because my craft room it's down a set of stairs. I mean, I could literally go get it at any moment, but I just keep forgetting. So I really do need to get back on doing that just every night too, so I keep up on that. I don't remember what my point was, but anyway, my last project that I'm working on, and I do not remember the gal who wrote this pattern, so I will put it up here, obviously, but I bought at the end of December, Maggie from Yarnaceous Yarn Company. It's Yarnaceous. I don't remember the end of it. Had a Galentine's Day or romantic Galentine's Day countdown or advent, if you want to call it that. So it's just a mini skein from February 1st to February 14th. And I have never partaken in a Christmas advent. And it was at the end of December when I had decided that I wasn't going to be getting any more yarn or anything like that. So I think it was a pure panic buy. So I got that. So my son and I have been, he's been like opening up the bags for me each night. And I'm just working on it's called the MegaMini or Mini Mega scarf. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it just uses middies. I thought it would just be a nice jumping off point because I only have 14 skeins, and I think hers is made with, well, it's a very flexible pattern, so it's like as many or as few colors as you want to do. But I think she did hers with like a Christmas advent. So I'm working on that. I'm only on day 3 because for whatever reason, it is figuring weight, and it's taking me like way longer than I thought it would. Like, I honestly thought that I'd be able to do a section every night. It's not working out like that at all. So it's just a nice little diagonal scarf. But you guys, these colors, I did buy the Stellita. She had a few different types of yarns that you could buy, and I just bought the Stellita fingering, and you can't even see the sparkle. Like, it's just not even it's so beautiful in person. So it's like started with this dark pink and then this beautiful blue and then this mauve color, I guess you would call it. And then so this is day 1 through 3, and then I still have to get 3 done, 4 and 5 done. Oh, today's February 6th. Yes. And today done. So yeah, it's just taking me a really long time. It's just garter stitching, and then on you know, your diagonal row, it's you know, like a knit 1 in front and back, and then knit 2 together at the end of the row to make that diagonal. But it's a free pattern. I'll make sure I put it in the link below. It's super, I mean, it's a very easy pattern, but she lays it out very nicely. Anyway, so it's like it's great for new knitters if you're interested in that. But I wish so much that you could see these sparkles because they are so beautiful. Seriously, so beautiful. I have not too much experience with Maggie from Yarnaceous, but the experiences that I do have are so wonderful. So I was really happy to be able to purchase this and have this from her. I have one other yarn bundle from her, and I have not gotten around to making it. It's the she was doing a mystery yarn colorway for the blurry, I think it's called the Blurry Cowl by Hohilo Catelli. And I had purchased that well over a year ago. So I still have that to make, but the yarn is just so squishy and wonderful. And I knew I wanted to get more of her yarn. I just didn't know for what. So I thought this would be perfect. And I'm not usually a fan of like mystery yarns. I've talked about that before, but I figured I've watched her colorways for a really long time. I follow her on Instagram. And I trusted her. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have it done because I have been wearing a recent shawl that I finished from 2 of Wands, and I've been wearing that a lot. So I want more wrappy things for my body. So I thought that would be a nice one and easily transitioned since it's just a fingering weight. You know, I could wear it in like the spring, the fall, the winter, basically almost all the time. So those are the things I've been working on. I am super bummed though. I wanted to have like a January wrap up for this video of just like all the projects that I've started and finished in January, and then like by the weight of yarn that I have finished, because I have a weight goal for the year that I would like to knit, but that didn't happen. And then with my craft room now in total like destruction, construction, messy craziness, there was like no way to get to like my scale and my book log that I keep everything in and all of that. So, oh well. But I would like to start doing that, that either end of or beginning of every month is like reviewing that month, just to keep myself motivated too and in check. But I guess that's actually kind of all I have for you guys today. Thanks for like hanging out with like this noise. Sorry about that. Obviously, I hope to be better by next Tuesday, which I will record next Tuesday. I really, really, really want to. I want to keep doing this every week. So anyway, enough blabbering. I need some hot tea and to blow my nose. But I do hope that you all have a really, really great week. And I'll see you soon.